What's up, guys? I'm SeeJayAre, and today we're going back to 2013 for episode 3 of Greatest Garage Sale Finds.
Team Canada.
So in this week's episode, we're going back to May 2013. I believe this was my second year garage sailing. I made this pickup just a block over from where I actually grew up, from a gentleman probably in his mid-40s at the time. This was several years ago, so you'll see in the video what I'm using to record are these goofy sunglasses. The audio isn't the greatest, but as I approach the sale, I ask the wife, I just tell her I'm looking for old video game stuff, and she looks at the husband and they start laughing. So I knew right away that they had something good. It's an interesting way of how this played out. I run into this guy every year. They have a garage sale every year, so I actually see him and we talk about the NES games and the ones that I still have in my collection. I'm still playing with my boys to this day. So without further ado, I'll roll the clip and we'll come back here for a little recap. All right, good morning, guys. It's 6:20. Got my Tim Hortons coffee. I'm pretty encouraged about the sales for today. Not encouraged about the weather behind me, though. I think that's coming this way, so that's really gonna fuck shit up. The sky's looking pretty nasty back there, so hopefully it blows over quickly. Anyways, I'm going to a sale right now for 7 a.m. listing video games. Kind of what you have to do to get on those sales before someone else does. Usually try and roll by like a half hour early. If there's no movement, then I kind of circle back about 15 minutes later, and then after that I may just move on to the next one. By that time usually there's a bunch of sharks circling around, so resellers and flea market owners and stuff like that. But yeah, lots of sales, 5 or 6 good ones listing video games. Hoping to hit those up. It should be a better weekend. It should be a better day than last week. Hopefully, it's a long weekend, so you kind of never know. And that weather's looking pretty scary, so we will see how things go. And hopefully it'll be a decent Saturday.
Morning.
How are you?
Not bad. How are you?
Getting it together.
Sorry, I'm just looking for old video game stuff. Any old
video games.
Nintendos or Game Boys, anything like that? Genesis. Lots of stuff.
I have a vintage Nintendo.
Oh yeah.
I had it on Kijiji, and I asked for it. People were just giving me insults, so I put it back away.
Oh really?
Yeah, I have the original Nintendo.
Yeah.
That I was selling.
Why'd you have it priced too high, or?
Not
what it's
according
worth.
to what it's worth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Glenn, where's those Game Boys that we had?
I
Those
have
little
not-
handheld Game Boys that are the kids.
Oh, those are broke. Those
The yellow one?
Yeah, yeah.
But do you have games for it or anything like that?
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking for pretty much any old video game stuff.
Yeah. Well, what are you willing to pay for it?
Well, it depends. If you don't mind bringing the Nintendo out, I'll take a look at it.
See, I was asking about $900. I have the Deluxe set with the robot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What, in the box, I hope? Okay.
In the box, I have the box. It's not open, but I have all 4-player games. I have 30 games, 4-player units. Like,
Yeah.
I was asking for a whole set.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right? So that's not what you're probably...
No, well, no, not for, no. No, I don't know I don't know about that.
Yeah, they are going for that.
Okay.
You looked it up for the robot one?
Yeah.
The box alone is going for $100.
Oh yeah.
An empty box.
An empty box.
People
What is that,
buying-
eBay? Are they selling for that, or is someone just asking
It's
that?
on eBay, and I seen I was on something out west, and actually I talked to the guys about it.
Oh yeah.
I might, yeah, it depends what you're looking to pay for them though too, right?
Well, would you bring them out for me?
I guess I could dig them. So, yeah.
Oh wow, you do got a lot of games.
Yeah.
He was an only child when he was growing up.
Yeah. So the games aren't in the box right here.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Got your one?
So I took them all out, but there's the games themselves, right?
Oh, I had that one when I was a kid.
That's a good one. Yeah. So
Look at that. Wow. There's some nice stuff here.
So these are basically everything you see there will be in like here, right?
Yeah. How much have you thought of selling just the games?
Well, if I do, I don't want to sell the game 4-player games unless I sell the 4-player units.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I could probably.
There's only a couple 4-player games though, right?
Yeah.
I think RC Pro-Am's one.
I'm figuring between $5 and $10 a game. I don't know if you figure that's too much, but.
Well, let's see. Just buy 2 4s. Would like 120 do it?
Well, I want to keep the 4-player games, right?
Okay.
Okay, so.
Let's see.
That goes to Robbie. Sure, we'll just do it this way. I know. That's single, that's single, that's single, that's single. Single. I think that's.
There you go.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sweet. Okay. Lots of box games.
Yeah?
Good score.
Yeah, good luck.
Okay, not sure where to start there, guys. As you can see, the stuff that he brought out was easily the best Nintendo package I've ever seen at a garage sale. Ridiculous. The R.O.B the Robot set, whatever it's called, Deluxe set. And I couldn't believe when he pulled out that box of games. They're mint condition, complete. As you heard, $900, and basically he was receiving death threats from people on Kijiji. That's something that, well, not death threats, but when somebody posts something for $900, that stuff, I've often sent people a message just like, what are you thinking, and whatever. $900, so I decided to at least take a look at what he had, and it paid off. When he said $5 to $10 per game, I knew that I was going to be able to pick something out of there. I ended up getting, I think, 18 box and complete games for $120, so I had to pay a little bit to get them, but that's just over $5 a game. I'm pretty happy with that. Andrew, the guy that I see out garage selling, pulled up right after me, and then ended up getting, I really wanted that Wild Gunman. He called me and he said he got a bunch more of the box games that the guy wouldn't sell me, and the quick shot controller. I think he got the boxed Game Genie for like $30. Like, I couldn't believe the guy wouldn't sell them to me, and he came up as I was leaving, and the guy sold it to him. So I don't know what the hell the dude was thinking, but I would have loved to have the rest of that. Yeah, anyways, pretty nice score there. It's not every day that I see any Nintendo games, let alone complete mint box ones. So there's some good original black box titles in there. Unfortunately, there were no Mega Man or anything like that. Castlevanias, I would have really loved to see that, but no luck there. So yeah, not a bad score for 7:30 in the morning. I guess I'll just get right to it. You saw the Nintendo score here. It ended up being 19 games for $120, so about $5.50 each. Every single one of these games is boxed, complete, and mint condition. So it's even got, so it had the sleeve inside, the styrofoam, the baggie, manuals, and posters for every single one. 19 games. I think I'll go through these quick. Gyrus. I actually needed that. I thought I had it, but I needed it. So boxed and complete too. Shooting Range. I needed that too. Finally got Spy vs. Spy. One of my favorite games as a kid. Lunar Pool, a game that I thought I had, but apparently I don't. Unless it's categorized different. No, it should be under L. I thought I had this already, but it was 1943, not 1942. So I needed that one, which is really nice. I don't know the rest. WrestleMania, Rescue Rangers, Cobra Command,
Pinbot, Baseball, Racket Attack, Elevator Action, Ring King, Slalom, Super Mario Brothers, Kung Fu, the Black Bass. I swapped out, I did label upgrades already, so some of these are in rough shape. Top Gun Days of Thunder, and you can see all the boxes for each game there. Extremely happy. I rarely see Nintendo stuff, let alone 19 or 20 boxed complete mint games, so very happy there. I needed most of the boxes except for 2 or 3, so.
Okay guys, so as you can see, a pretty epic NES score. I still have every single one of those games in my collection. A lot of games in there that I had as a kid, Spy vs. Spy being one of the notable games. I didn't have a lot of games growing up. I bought them myself. I had a paper route, so somehow I ended up with Spy vs. Spy. So it is a game that I had a pretty big connection with as a child. WrestleMania, 1943, Elevator Action, Chippendales Rescue Rangers, some of the notable games, all mint and complete. So ended up being a really great deal. I think I said in the video that they averaged out to like $8 a piece or something like that. So as you saw from the video when I first approach him, he's hesitant to tell me what he's looking for in terms of price. He does mention that he was looking for $900 just for the boxed and complete R.O.B the Robot set. I think later he mentioned that he was looking for $700 for that, so I think he wanted $200 for the rest or something like that. I don't know, but I got what I could. He was super hesitant to let go of the 4-player games and any games that went with the Deluxe R.O.B set. So you'll see from the video that there was a boxed and complete stack up in there. I didn't at the time realize how much that went for. I would have made a much bigger push to be able to pick that up, but unfortunately I didn't. One of those times that I kick myself looking back at things I should have picked up. I also passed up a Panic Restaurant for $25 when the first year I started, because I got all the other ones for like a couple bucks and they wanted $25 for this one. I was like, oh, forget it. I've got a whole laundry list of stuff that I should have picked up when I first started collecting, and that's one of them. So as you can see from the video, Andrew showed up right after. And he did pick up a few things. A couple things that the guy was like, I felt hesitant to let go of, but I don't know, maybe I softened him up and Andrew picked it up later. I do know that a local guy, another YouTuber, Project Reality 64, I believe, he picked up the boxed Deluxe set and I think the stack up a couple years later, and I think it was like $600 or something like that he paid. I guess the guy held on to it for a little while and finally let it go for a bit of a cheaper price. But like I said, it's cool running into that guy because I see him every year. Actually, I think the following year I picked up some Game Boy stuff from them. You'll see in the video she mentioned the Game Boy stuff. He didn't know where it was, and I think I picked it up the previous year from what I remember. So anyways, that's it for this week's episode of Greatest Garage Sale Finds. If you enjoy these videos, remember to just give me a thumbs up. And feel free to check me out on Instagram. You can see this stuff as I pick it up. When I go to garage sales, if I find a score, I'll take a picture of it and post it right away to Instagram, and you won't have to wait days, weeks, or in this case, even years to see my pickups. The link for Instagram is in the description below. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and until the next episode.